AFTV Dan, you was at the game, 3 points in the bag, big 3 points at that when you look at the inconsistencies of the competition for that top four position around us. Give us your thoughts and general feelings around it all.
Well, I think it's an important win, mate. Obviously, people are saying it's a good win, a great win. I think we can look into that, but for me, it's important. When you look at what is happening around the top four situation at the moment, people are dropping points. It doesn't look like anybody really wants to take that top four. So we need to be in that race and be right at the pole position of it. And I feel like we've proven today that we have a team that is able to win comfortably. Because I've got to say, Turkish, I didn't think Brentford were great, but I did think we were great. And I think that the first half proved that there was a lot of nerves in relation to, this could be a Burnley result again. And I do have question marks over this Lacazette role because I'd like to see a little bit more of it. I think there was a little bit of frustration with some of the play. Kieran Tierney, I thought, was good today. Whipping in crosses, no one's there. Cedric, whipping in crosses, no one there. And it's like, come on, man, we've got to try and do something about this. But let's take away the positives there. I thought Martin Ødegaard and Partey were fantastic. I mean, all game, I thought they were absolutely exceptional. Ødegaard on the ball looked great. Partey winning the ball back, spraying the ball. Fantastic. Got an assist today as well. But again, we're looking at these youngsters and Saka and Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe's just got his 10th goal. Now, I look at this kid and I think you're hardly even playing at the moment. And when you are, you're taking your chance. When you're coming off the bench, you're scoring goals. I think it's harsh that some of these kids are not playing every single game. But in a way, it's good because it's competition for places. When I look at Smith Rowe's performance, I just look at the ball, I look at him with the ball and I see drive. I'm excited. He's aggressive. And I think it sometimes shows that we do have some, in those attacking positions, some strength in depth. So I was really impressed with those two today, and I think we've got to be looking at those two now and saying, you know, this is sometimes a typical performance from both of them. I think we need to appreciate how young these kids are and what they're doing, because I think it's exceptional, the talent they've got, and it really excites me moving forward, mate.
Yeah, I mean, just on that note, Emil Smith Rowe scored a goal today. Obviously, he fitted into the first team because Martinelli got that red card last time out. Is it a case of fitting them all in, or are you happy seeing what you're seeing where, you know, Ødegaard takes his chance earlier this season when he was on the bench, and then he puts Smith Rowe back on the bench, and then, you know, Martinelli takes his chance and the other situation happens, and today Emil Smith Rowe took his chance. Is it a case of fitting them all in, or is it a case of we need the depth and we need this sort of, you know, habit in the side?
I think, if I'm honest, we need strength in depth, but we're probably only 4 of those positions that we have got strength in depth. I think across the other positions we're a little bit weaker from our backup. So I think it's a great thing. I really like it. Martinelli obviously missed out today. Smith Rowe comes in. We see Pepe coming on, and I thought did well in certain aspects of the game. We've got Smith Rowe and Ødegaard that can both play in that 10 position. So it really is kind of the front man that we're kind of missing, if I'm honest with you, because all of those players have the ability to cause nuisance to the opposition. So I think when I look at Smith Rowe, he reminds me so much of Jack Grealish when Jack Grealish was at his best at Aston Villa. But I look at what Smith Rowe is doing now at this age, much better than what Jack Grealish was doing. How good could this kid be? You know, at 20 years old, Bukayo Saka again, driving forward, at times quiet, then brilliant again. And I look at him and I think, you know, we underestimate how many positions you can play in, how much of the kind of attributes that you give to our game driving forward. I just love the excitement of these two kids, and you know, there's not many weaknesses today at all. I can't really take any weaknesses from today, and that's what I want to see: positive performances. The only kind of frustration is the cluster that we had at the end to concede the goal, which I still haven't seen back, but I imagine was close for offside. But really good performance today, mate. I was really happy, mate.
Top four's been talked about a lot in the last few days or so. We've talked about top four pretty much the whole season. Earlier in the season, you know, stop me if I'm wrong, but we didn't think we had a chance in hell to get top four. Stepping into the 2022 calendar year, very good position. You look at the inconsistencies of the side, and the top four talk starts rearing its head. Thierry Henry this week, you know, comes out and says, if it's not top four, it's a failure. Are you more optimistic about top four now? Do you think top four is attainable? Because top four is attainable. We've got to get that into our head now. It's there. And when you look at other sides around us, how poor they've been, I'm not saying we've been the best this season, but there's an opportunity there for either us, Tottenham, United, West Ham or Wolves to capitalise, because we are the ones in and around that spot. Are you more optimistic about it now?
I'm not more optimistic for the pure fact that I still have concerns. And the concerns I have are, just because we beat Brentford doesn't mean now we're favourites for top 4, because it's all about the consistency of the next 5-6 games, which I believe on paper are winnable. And I want to be seeing most wins. I don't mind if we drop points at Liverpool at home, because they're a great side, a fantastic side, in fact. But when we go into the Villas away and the Palaces away and the Wolves at home that we've just beaten away, I expect to be taking 3 points there. And, people can sometimes sit there and believe that to be unrealistic. I'm not so sure why it should be. I look at our first 11 today, it's quite strong. I believe it's stronger in first 11 wise than West Ham, Tottenham and Manchester United. I think Manchester United have got 3 or 4 match winners. Take those match winners away, I wouldn't want any of the others. I wouldn't go near Fred, McTominay, Maguire, Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka. I wouldn't go near them. Yeah. Likewise with Tottenham and West Ham. So when I look at the consistency, I think all of us are inconsistent. My biggest worry is our lack of goals. And today we saw that we're going to have to score by committee, because it isn't going to be on Lacazette. Lacazette isn't that guy. Never really has been, to be honest. I think one season he's probably got 15 goals, and that was a great season for him. So he's not going to get us that 10-15 that we're going to need. So we're going to need 5 here from Smith Rowe, 5 more from Saka, another 5 from Odegaard, and another 5 from Martinelli for us to really push forward, because it is going to have to be a goals by committee thing, just like Man City do. They have Jesus up front or Foden up front or whatever it be, but you don't get them one scoring all the time. There's 4 or 5 of them, man, who's scoring the goals. So for me, moving forward, in terms of top 4, I have worries of the inconsistency in terms of the Burnley performance and Everton away performance. I don't want to see that in the next coming 5 or 6 games. I fear that I will, but I've got to be positive about the performances I saw today, and I think the players deserve a hell of a lot of credit there, because when the pressure is on, when there's other teams that are dropping points, believe it or not, because sometimes you'd think, relax, everyone's. It's not. That you've got to capitalise on those wins, and we saw it against Burnley. We didn't do that, and some people thought, at least everybody else dropped points. I didn't see it that way. I saw it as a hugely missed opportunity, and I think today, now that it's different ways that teams are playing, obviously Tottenham have got a very difficult game at the moment against Man City. You've obviously got West Ham who dropped points again today, and Manchester United are very inconsistent at the moment. So now it's about how we can perform. Let's concentrate on us. Let's not worry about what everyone else is doing. Just take those 3 points, and I think we've got a great chance now in terms of showing some consistency, because I think the fixtures have been fairly kind to us.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. In seasons gone by, we failed to capitalise on inconsistencies of other teams, and we've been as inconsistent. This season, after the first 3 losses, we bounced back. After the 3 away defeats in November, December, Liverpool, United and Everton, we bounced back. After the January window and the lack of wins and getting knocked out of cup competitions, we seem to have bounced back. Wolves and Brentford wins. Let's end on a bit of a positive and say Saka and Emil Smith Rowe. Which goal was actually better for you?
Well, I love the composure of Smith Rowe, but I've got to give it to Bukayo Saka, man. I thought it was an exceptional strike, and I think it looks better when it hits the post in it as well. Do you know what I mean? But I was really impressed with that because of the way that it had come about. I think the most important was the Smith Rowe one, and I love the composed finish. But I've got to give it to Bukayo Saka. And do you know what? Thomas Partey, who I thought was outstanding today. I heard a few people say, I didn't think he was that great. I thought he was fantastic, Thomas Partey. I really did. Him and Martin Odegaard for me were 2 of the ones I would have picked for man of the match. So I've got to give it to Bukayo Saka, and I just love these 2 kids and hope that that the pressure doesn't get to them, because obviously the pressure can get to your head sometimes. They look like level-headed kids, and I hope that they just keep growing and progressing, because we've got 2 massive talents on our hands here, man, massive.
2 of a few. Martinelli as well is in there. It's happy days at the moment. We've got another win. Wolves, Watford, Aston Villa to come. Liverpool in between a couple of those, which is the difficult one. But like you said, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's about whether Arsenal can go towards it. Love, Dan. Appreciate that.